Welcome back to the Pen and Podcast. This is episode 12, if I am not mistaken. And in the spirit of Halloween, this episode will be a 5 and 5, I like to call it. I'm gonna start calling it. So we're gonna first let me introduce Eddie, the Schmetty. How are we doing today,
Whoa,
sir? Tonight,
what's up?
actually, we are recording on a Friday
Tonight,
night.
late night pod.
Later, night.
Yeah, doing pretty good. Had a great day today. Let's see, what did I do? I woke up. I went to Kenosha Pass, which is like this. What do I call it? Like it's like a hiking trail, but it's more of like a scenic area. It's supposed to have like a bunch of like pretty fall leaves, but all the trees were dead.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah, me and Maddie had a picnic, and it was really nice. And even though the trees were all dead, it was still like aesthetic. And I have pictures of our picnic, and it was
Oh, you
cool,
gotta send me the pics, man. That sounds
dude.
pretty good. Take some ideas
It's
for
like
myself.
it's like a mad aesthetic picnic. Like it looks like,
Mad aesthetic.
dude, it looks so aesthetic. The photos are immaculate. I'm gonna send you one right now so you can experience what I saw,
Okay. All right.
and then you can show the podcast. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna show you this other one too, because this is a better angle. Use that one. Delivered.
Okay. Well, let me introduce what kind of episode we're doing. So, like I said, that's a 5 and 5, and in the spirit of getting close to Halloween, it's the 21st as we're recording right now, October 21st. We are going to be talking about 5 horror video games and 5 horror movies that we just like to want to talk about, and just discuss for however long we're here for.
For sure. Yeah. So this will be a fun little episode. Yeah, check these pics out, dude.
Hey,
This fucking mad aesthetic.
Oh my gosh.
So,
all right. So
yeah, but she put all that together, which is
really?
awesome. Yeah, she like
hell yeah.
the fancy sausage and the cheese and the berries and shit. It's awesome. Yeah, for those of you listening, go have a picnic. Like it's fun. It's a good time. Yeah.
All right. Well, for me, let's see what I did today. I went to work, and after I got off like the first shift, because I do a split shift, I went to the mall to go. I actually got out of a meeting early and went to the shopping mall for my girlfriend and I's 6 months tomorrow, 22nd.
Hell yeah!
So she likes actually. Well, doesn't matter. People will see this Monday, so like 3 days from now or something. But yeah, she likes manga, so I got her 3 manga that I thought were interesting. 2 of them, well, actually, I don't know if she wants me to say it, but I just got her 3 things on manga. One of them's a Star Wars one, and I wanted to like kind of like introduce her to Star Wars in a way that she would like, in a medium she would like. So like, yeah,
Sure.
I'll do that. And then,
good idea.
Yeah, then got her 2 other ones that I think she would like. It seemed more her style and stuff, but
right.
Yeah, and I got her a $20 gift card to. I was at Barnes and Noble, so I got her a $20 gift card at Barnes and Noble. So we'll probably right after, and I'm gonna take her to where we had our first date.
Hey,
it was at
Genghis. Where was your first date?
Genghis Grill. You guys have one in Colorado. I don't think you've ever been though.
I don't think so. Never heard of it.
Mongolian Grill, pretty much. It's a buffet. You get to choose what kind of meat and sauce, like vegetables, whatever you want, and they all cook it together with rice on a Mongolian grill, on a big ass grill.
That's cool.
It tastes pretty fire. I would go there, low key.
I would go there. Oh, I get why it's called Genghis now.
Yeah. Highly recommend though.
Hell yeah, awesome.
That's
fun.
What have you been playing, my friend? What have you been playing?
been playing one of the games that I'm going to talk about. Whoa.
Whoa, man.
Was playing that last night. That was fun. Um I'll reveal it in a moment what I was playing. But playing that, um I've been having like a huge, like, ever since we did that Black Ops 3 episode, I've been like, man, I really want to just play some Xbox. Like,
Hmm.
damn,
COD
like
fix.
just like something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like any game. And like, yeah. So that was a weird moment where I was like, oh, I want to play games. That doesn't happen very much anymore.
Yeah,
So
very nice.
maybe next week I'll actually have some interesting ideas for like when you ask me what have I been playing, I'll be like, hey, I've been playing some
Well,
stuff. Yeah.
are you
So
are you the type of person to be on your phone? Like not often, but like well enough where you're just like scrolling through
oh dude,
whatever.
the doom scrolling, it's such a bad habit. I wish I
Okay.
didn't do it.
All right. Well, since you have that time, there is an app
Yeah.
for since you have Game Pass Ultimate, there's a cloud streaming app where you can play like Game Pass games like through your internet, like on the cloud or wherever you're at.
That's
And
cool.
it's
I
like
like that.
it's touch
Yeah.
controls.
Okay.
So
Because
like
I just what I
mhm.
need to do is just like get out of my room and like go into my game room. Like, oh god, that's such a first world problem. Oh, I have to go out of my room into my other room. uh, and like just pick up the controller. That's what I need to do. I just need to quit like being on my phone. It's like a bad habit. I
Mhm.
wish I wouldn't do it, but it's a process. So
Yeah,
we'll get better.
process.
Yeah.
So you do that. Well, you can play any Game Pass games. Um, I would suggest like a game that's like not where you have to like fast response times. Like I would not like a horror game. Maybe like a turn based
Oh yeah,
RPG or definitely not an
yeah.
FPS or something like that.
No, like COD. Yeah,
Yeah,
get
something
fucking
like
shit
that. You
on.
know, you're just
Yeah,
playing a couple at a time,
couple of rounds.
lunch
Yeah.
break, whatever you're doing, whenever you have free time, or spend $200, get a Switch Lite, man.
That's funny. Hell yeah.
Or you can try to find
That's the plan.
a a, a, a low cost DS, or if you have one, and just mod it. Not like mod
Yeah.
it, but like hack it and just. That's what I do. I have a bunch of DS games. I can play whenever I want.
Nice.
Pokemon
Hell yeah.
doesn't matter. But yep, out of the way. Let's jump right into it.
Yeah.
I'll have Eddie go first.
All
What
right.
we're gonna start. So the process we're gonna talk about. So Eddie's gonna talk about one horror game or movie, whichever one he wants to do first. Then I'll talk about that same genre, whether it be a movie or a game, and we'll just go kind of go back and forth until like pretty much we'll have like 10 different discussions
Yeah.
separately.
So
I don't know how long you want to be here, if you want to go in depth with stuff, but however you want to do
yeah,
it.
I'm gonna go into moderate depth about these movies. One, because I don't want to spoil. Same with the games, but like two, I want to like get people to see these
Yeah.
because it's cool. Um, but yeah, okay. So my first movie actually came out like 3 weeks ago.
Oh shit. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's gonna
maybe.
choose, and he doesn't know what I'm gonna
Yeah,
choose.
yeah. We went the unknown route just like we did with the top 10 episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, this movie came out like 3 weeks ago. Me and Maddie saw it together on our movie date, and it was fucking scary as shit. And there was one scene that was like so traumatic, it like made me cry. Like not like all the way cry, but like almost.
Mm-hmm.
uh, and it's called Smile,
Oh
and it's
God, that
probably still in
movie. I haven't
theaters.
seen it.
Yeah,
I haven't
dude,
seen it.
it's fucked up. It's super fucked up.
Oh my God.
Um, yeah, this movie is like if you guys like, what would I call it? Like kind of like going crazy vibes. Like you can't like trust your own
Psychological.
mind. Yeah, psychological. Like you can't trust your own mind. Like you're out of control, and
Mm-hmm.
like you like possession and stuff like that. not like culty possession, like religious. It's like possession in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie is awesome. Very psychological. Very lots of jump scares. There's some really like morbid, horrible scenes that like can make you pretty upset. Like the one I'm talking about, I won't describe it because it kind of spoils. Well, it doesn't spoil the plot, but like it spoils like a really big part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But this scene is like when I was watching it, like it just got progressed. Like this little span of like 5 minutes got so bad, like I had tears in my eyes. I was like, oh my god, this is so.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I was like upset watching it. I was like, so
Jesus.
yeah, that's my first pick. These are also not in order. I'm just these are just movies that I enjoy that I thought of when we make this list. So
Okay.
yeah, Smile. Go see it. It's probably still in theaters.
Definitely still in theaters, yeah. For all of
Yeah.
Halloween, I mean all of October, I would assume.
Oh yeah, definitely
100%.
for sure.
Okay. Um, good choice. Good choice. I haven't seen it, but I've heard very good things about it.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
My first horror movie I'm going to talk about. Have you seen Insidious, bro?
That's with the little boy, right?
Yeah, it's like the little boy who gets possessed, like classic trope, but like in this one, like the I'm not gonna go into too much into it, but like the dad has to go to like another like realm or whatever, you know, but not like in a cheesy way, but like in a fucking like horrifying way. Like he has to like help his son. And dude,
Jesus.
there's like one scene where like it's like you just don't expect it, and like there's like a face right behind it, like there's like a medium shot of like a woman sitting down, but like before that it like switches to the woman, and then you just see that fucking face, and like freaks the fuck out. I was so scared. I was like, oh my god, fuck. That movie is so good, like from just start to finish, just peak horror, shit my pants kind of movie.
I want to see it because I've heard it a million times.
There's like
So
five
many.
of them.
There's so many horror movies I haven't seen because I didn't start liking horror movies until like end of last year, like 2021.
Yeah, dude,
They're so fun.
I was on a
Yeah,
straight like
like
I was on a straight binge like in my early like teen years. I was just watching like a lot of horror movies, like slashers and just like regular stuff. Like thanks to, like Netflix, I just watched a fuck ton of shit.
yeah, like yeah. It was at the end of last year when I started. Like I watched uh fucking the third Conjuring, the
Oh,
one that came out most recently.
oh, that one, that's good.
That one was pretty mid, but
That
like
was pretty
that
mid.
kind of like unlocked a lot for me. And then also like another movie that I mentioned on this list, which you'll hear about in a moment. Um, Sick, fucking crazy. I watched that last year. Fucking insane.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah,
go watch Insidious. Like is a great horror movie. Oh my god. Like it has the classic jump scares and everything, but like it's done the right way. Done the right way. It has a really good story too. The story is like, oh my gosh, that's really good. All right,
nice.
it's our first horror game that we're gonna talk about, Eddie.
All right,
What's you
horror
like?
game number one. This, like, although this list is not ranked, this is my favorite horror game ever. This is came out in 2013, and it like I played it the first time I played it. I loved it so much. I turned around and I played it right like again on a higher difficulty just because like I loved it. And then I beat it on that, and then I tried to beat it on the hardest. And eventually, like I played it so many times, I ended up like I like to speed run it. Like I would just run
Yeah.
through the game because I knew exactly where everything was. Um, so it was really fun for me to like get good at this game that seemed so impossibly scary when you first do it, and then you like get really good at it, and you're like running by the enemies, like, "Ha, you can't get me." Yeah. But this game's Outlast, which is like probably one on a lot of people's lists. But Outlast, super interesting story. Like I can't really go into it, but it's like you're essentially a journalist, and you're kind of investigating this asylum that has rumors of like malpractice and like crazy problems and bad things going on.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you just kind of adventure through this asylum to document the stuff. And yeah, it's a good time. The DLC is really cool too. It's like, holy fuck, way scarier than the main game.
Oh,
um,
really?
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I need to play through it myself. I've watched all of Outlast and played it a million times each, and then the DLC I've only watched people play, but it is absolutely scarier, and like the environments are more dynamic, and like it's awesome. But we love Outlast. Great mechanics. Has the video camera with the night vision, and
Yeah.
like when you run out of batteries you can't see anymore. So oh yeah, cool mechanic. Love it. Good
Mm-hmm.
game. Check it out.
Yep. I'm just gonna follow that. Oh wait, no. Oh,
Uh-oh.
we're gonna do no, we're fine recording wise, but like, so what? Is it my turn to talk about the game, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you talk about game now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Or
I was right. I don't
yeah,
know why. Okay. So
you're good.
I'm gonna go with Outlast also, since it's not
Nice.
the first one I had listed, but like since you just talked about it, I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I was for the first time I saw this, I was at Caden's house and I was with Ishan, and we were playing that game, watching it like, because we were passing the controller on every time we like die or whatever. Passing, like, watching it just stressed me out. I'm like, dude, oh my
It's
god, fuck!
crazy.
Like, you gotta
Yeah.
run. It's like, what are you doing? Oh my god, you got
Yeah.
stuck. Oh, you're dead. Oh. And that was my experience too.
Dude, when
Like,
me and Maddie were playing last night, she was like freaking out. Like I was playing the whole time, but she was like so stressed.
yeah, dude, it's the music is stressful. Like, it's like picked up like
Yeah. Yep. Out of nowhere.
out of
That's great
nowhere,
music. Yeah.
and like,
Mhm.
I kept trying to play this. And I don't think I've ever gotten past. Or I think I have. I just remember the basement level where you have to like turn on or something, the power.
Okay. With the breakers
Yeah,
or
the
something.
breakers, dude. That room, I could not fucking do it. It was fucking,
With the water.
dude. Yeah, like, I couldn't figure it
Oh,
out, and I
dude,
was getting chased by the guy.
that's like 30 minutes into the game.
I just remember that one part because I was like, I kept getting stuck. I was like, fuck this. I'm horrified. I'm stressed. I'm being rushed through this. This guy's fucking killing me. He's like, where are you?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Just wait till you get to the doctor. That part's way fucking harder.
I don't even know. I don't even know if I still own. I think I have this game because of gold, and
Yeah,
somehow I
me
don't
too,
have
man.
gold anymore.
Oh, really?
But like, I still
Huh.
can play it online. It's a weird situation. I don't know, but
Huh.
I just don't have access. But like, whenever I claimed 360 titles on with gold, you get permanent access to those.
Yeah.
I claimed a bunch of those. I have a catalog of great 360 games that I want to go back to.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that Outlast is a very, I can tell, like, it's a very good. But I've heard like, once you like after like the first like couple hours, you're like, okay, it's like not that scary anymore. You just have to like know the mechanics or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I liked speed running it so much, is it was very like skill based.
Mm-hmm.
You can really like you can beat the AI. Like even on the hard difficulty, like you can really like you can win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Because you feel so helpless, but you like once you learn
So
it, you get really
helpless.
good at it. Yeah.
All right, what's our next movie, Schmitty?
Movie number 2 came out in 2019, middle 2019. This movie is like the epitome of like culty, weird, but like it's different. Like it's different than most cult movies. Like most cult movies are like very religious and like dark, and like they're set in like really dark, scary, cold towns. But this one is set in midsummer. Haha. Get
Oh
it?
my god.
It's in the middle of the summer. Okay, the movie's called Midsummer. It's really popular. I'm sure you guys know what it is, but This movie is really cool for me because the way that they designed the like it's horror, but it's in such a friendly place. Like it's all the scenes are very bright and very colorful. Everything is warm, but they still manage to make things like horrible, like
Oh
terrible.
my
Like,
god.
have you seen Midsummer?
No, I've not seen Midsummer. I've heard like
Oh Jesus, dude!
I've heard. I don't even know. I didn't even know it was a horror movie. I just thought it was like a thriller or something.
I would call it. It's like a horror in a way. It's like my definition of horror kind of breaches into the psychological movie as well.
Yeah.
But man, there's some really fucking dark shit in this movie, and like it's like a cult movie in a new way, and it's all based on like Nordic Nordic religion, like paganism and stuff like that, and everything is so bright and colorful, but they still make it so horrible and scary. Um, yeah, less like jump scary and more like what am I fucking looking at? Like this is
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh shit.
Yeah, great movie. The actors are really good. Great choices. Like they picked like a good cast of like young, like late 20s looking people, and it like really fits the vibe, and it's cool. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I've heard great
it
things
doesn't
about
feel.
it. And
Yeah,
the main actor, Florence Poe or Pa, whatever, she was
yeah.
in that fuck, what's it called? It just came out with like Harry Styles. Don't worry, darling.
Don't worry, darling.
Yeah,
Seeing that.
I saw that. What did you think? Was that mid?
Oh no, no, I didn't see it, but
Oh
I'm looking at it on the webpage right now, like about it.
yeah, dude. I mean, I saw it with my girlfriend and like her family,
Uh
like
huh.
sisters and like brothers. That it's if you've seen the Truman Show and the Matrix, you're not going to be really surprised with it, and the story doesn't really grab you as much if you haven't if you've seen those movies already. I was like,
Okay,
okay, I know where this is going, and low key mid Harry Styles. I mean, he's working on his acting skills.
not that good.
I mean, it's not great. It's all right for
Oh,
Harry Styles. I
yeah,
mean, the guy, the One Direction guy, he's working on it.
yeah,
But I mean,
yeah.
the main actor of that one, Florence Poe, which it does Midsummer, she was great in it. It seemed really good. With her
Yeah,
acting was good.
she's quite talented at that type of role because she plays kind of like a housewife in this, right? That's like
Yes
the
she
yeah.
does. She just played the housewife.
In Midsummer, like she plays like a girlfriend type. So like not to say that she only plays like a partner like the the girlfriend of a man. Like that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like she plays like the kind of the leading lady very well. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
Like, yeah, yeah, she does that
Yeah.
quite nicely.
It was like halfway through this movie. I was like, okay, I want to see where this is going, but I have a general idea of like what's gonna happen. Does that make it
Right,
bad? I mean, it's not bad, but like it wasn't spectacular either. It was
right.
simply mid.
Yeah, I was interested in seeing this from the trailers, but I'll probably still watch it just to see.
Yeah,
Um,
and the ending, I wish that they did more. That's all I'll say. All right,
okay.
what is our
Yeah,
next? Oh no, it's my turn to talk about the movie, right?
that's right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, because I talked about Midsummer.
Yeah, this
Yep.
movie kicked off like the possessed kind of like movie genre, and
All
came out in 2013, and
Ooh,
it really
I
actually
was
no,
wrong.
it really kicked off the like jump scare, like just overload of jump scares
Okay.
kind of movie genre we've seen in the last decade.
Yeah.
And this is The Conjuring.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I've never seen it.
dude, I highly recommend it. Like
Yeah.
it'll get you some jump scares, man.
Yeah. I
It's
like
actually
that, man.
pretty freaky. It is pretty freaky. This it's a classic trope, you know. This family buys a house, a big house on a, like an abandoned, not abandoned, but like a huge lot, right? Like for cheap.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow, this is a great deal. Let's move in, guys. And yeah, slowly but surely, like they start hearing things, they start seeing things, right? It's a good it's a classic trope, but it does it in a really good way. It's like the first of the trend you see. It's like the first time you see it, you're like, okay, that was good. But after you keep seeing that trend pop up and pop up with different movies, you're like, okay, kind of getting tired of like constantly loud music, then something pops up at the screen, kind of thing. But
Okay.
they did it
Gotcha.
first. The Conjuring did it first, and The Conjuring 2, I saw The Conjuring. It takes place in fucking Britain, so L,
L. Why?
because Britain. I'm just kidding. But like that has like that includes like a nun, fucking possessed motherfucker,
Yeah.
and they did a spinoff of that same nun character. And I saw the Nun movie, and I was like, nah.
Yeah.
It's like
Isn't like
Conjuring 2. What's up?
isn't it like a big chronological universe
Yeah, the
with the
Conjuring
nun and
universe.
Annabelle?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it goes like Conjuring
Yeah.
1. I mean, like Conjuring 2, Annabelle 2, and then like Annabelle Creation. That's like, so you got 5 movies right there. Then there's the Conjuring 3. That's 6. I mean, it's the same characters from like the first 2 Conjurings, but like it it wasn't more pop up. It wasn't more like what is it called, like. But I was saying it right, like pop up scary, like pop up horror.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, jump scare.
Jump scare.
Like,
Sorry, yeah. It wasn't
yeah,
more jump scare horror. It was more like witchy kind of thing,
witchy shit. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
They weren't. Yeah, that's what I'll say. But highly recommend The Conjuring. It's a whole universe, and I don't know if they're gonna make
Yeah.
another one. No, wait. So technically, that's not The Conjuring because they're coming out with a Conjuring 3, but like this was like a spin-off
Yeah.
Conjuring movie.
I've watched that movie. The Devil Made Me Do It. That's what
The
it's called.
Devil Made Me Do It. Yeah,
Yeah. I've seen
I was
that one.
interested.
It wasn't very memorable. I remember seeing it, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, so watch that. Third one's coming out next year, maybe. All right. What's our second game we're gonna talk about, buddy?
All right. Game number 2. Um, we are looking at another game that I haven't played, but I've watched so many hours. Well, I can't say another game I haven't played because I played the first game.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched so many hours of people playing this. This is like classic, like 2010 through 2014 YouTube. Um,
Mm-hmm.
is This game is like the epitome of like YouTube horror let's play. Like everybody did it.
Yeah.
It's like super popular. It ended up like there were main releases, but they also had like a community creation hub where people could like make their own stories and stuff, which was awesome. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and this game kind of like created like first person horror as like a really viable genre that was like actually scary, because like there were like zombie games and like shooters that were a little spooky, but like not like first person where you had no weapons and you're like helpless. um
Yeah.
this game is Amnesia.
Oh yeah, I've
um
never heard of that. God.
oh, you've never heard of Amnesia,
I
really?
I, I was looking up like horror games because I was
Wow.
having trouble finding like the last one. I saw Amnesia kept popping up. I was like, what is
Dude,
that?
yeah, Amnesia is sick. It's basically, so it's a game. Basically, it comes from this one. The original title is called Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
Yeah.
That was the original. It came out in 2010, and essentially, It's very similar to Outlast. It's a first person survival horror, but you have no weapons and
Mm-hmm.
you have like a lighting mechanic with a lantern, and there's like a sanity mechanic where you have to like take these pills or whatever to like keep you from like hallucinating and shit. But it's
Okay.
very like old style, like industrialist Victorian like art style. There's a
Like
lot of
like
themes.
Bloodborne.
Yes, that's a good way of thinking about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, it's all like indoor, really dark. There's like several different types of monsters, and you have to like avoid them. And the thing that really blew up out of this game that's so cool is the community creation with the custom story game modes. Like people would make entire like remakes of, or not remakes, but like they'd make their own stories in Amnesia. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in GTA you can make your own level, but like this game, like you can make your own game, like
Okay.
with the existing tools that are in the developers like toolbox. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, this game super cool. I've watched it so many times. I've watched so many custom stories. I watched, this is like golden age PewDiePie Markiplier, like 2013, like just fucking
Yeah.
is all I did in middle school, early high school. So yeah, good time.
Okay. All right. I've never heard of Amnesia like before
Yeah,
today,
dude,
and I was like, what the hell
top
is
tier.
this game?
That's a
Top
great
tier.
one. Yeah, yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it soon once I
Oh.
finish Outlast
Okay.
again.
All right.
Yeah,
There you
I'm
go.
excited.
All right. So next game I'll talk about is what you're seeing on screen here for our video listeners, but for audio, it is Silent Hill. And this game is like the definition of like it's just like psychological tension. So you see, like right now, he's like just running into the fog, dude. Anything can come out of that fog, and it has this mechanic where like you're gonna hear like radio like static whenever like an enemy is near. It's like when you hear that, you're like,
God.
fuck, dude. There's somebody in here. There's somebody next. There's like a fucking thing next to me, and they'll just come out of nowhere. This is a PS1 game, and
Yeah.
I was terrible. Like I privated, I unlisted it on YouTube. Like I have like 2 Let's Play videos of this. I want to keep playing this game. I just thought
Yeah.
like I don't know exactly why I stopped. Something like came up, and I wanted to be really consistent about it, and I wasn't. I was like, oh well, fuck that.
Right.
Now, I might
Yeah.
unlist them, but like I have a lot to play right now, and maybe I'll do a Silent Hill thing. I got stuck on a puzzle. That's what it was. I got stuck on like where to go. I kept I literally have
Yeah.
the second playthrough video I have. It's walking through the hill, and it's
You
me
can't find
walking. I
nowhere.
was like, where the fuck do I go? And so like, there's something about like
That's funny.
looking up what to do takes me
Yeah.
out, can take it out, take the experience like out of me.
Yeah.
But in this case, I think it's worth like looking at what to do if
Yeah,
you get
dude.
stuck. Because oh my god, like when we first started, you have a sequence where you're just walking in there, like you like
Right.
the game starts after the cinematic ends. You just start in the town, Silent Hill. So
Yeah.
the premise of the game is like you get in a car crash, right, and then you wake up in Silent Hill. Like in the car crash, like your daughter's with you, so you wake up in Silent Hill, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, what happened? And that police officer is like, you're in, I don't know what she says, but like, feeling all right? Like, no, I got hit by a truck, whatever. I don't know what I keep saying. But you have to find your daughter, right? Now, I am nowhere near finding this little girl. I'm just trying to like get where the fuck I need to go. Like, you find clues, and it's like one of those games where if like you must knock this chandelier down to find a key that opens
Oh,
one
wow.
door. And I looked up what the next solution to the puzzle I was stuck on was. I was like, how the fuck was I supposed to know that?
I hate that shit. Where you're like, there's literally no way in hell I would have ever figured that out. You're
Yeah,
like, what
like
the
something
fuck?
like that. Like I know it's like Resident Evil
Yeah.
games. You have to, like you shoot this one box and it opens up with the key. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like what? Like, how was I ever even like
Yeah.
conditioned to believe that could happen? Like,
Right, and you're limited on ammo in this game, so I was going
yeah.
around, fucking things kept spawning on me, like right there. Look,
Oh shit!
fucking
Yeah, you got
flying thing
attacked by that
that scared
bat
the
thing.
shit out of me, bro.
Have you seen the Silent Hill movie?
I've not. I kind of want to see that. You know, I've
I
seen the
actually
Resident
watched
Evil
it.
movies. Oh, what do you think?
I watched it just the other day. It's like it's okay.
Okay,
It's like it's not scary. It's like more like
really?
action horror. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do I describe that?
That's
Yeah.
the same way as the Resident Evil movies. They're more actiony and
Yeah.
less horror.
Yeah.
But I
It's
like
like
the Resident Evil movies.
yeah, it's okay. Like the acting is decent. The writing is decent. It's just like mid. It's like
It's
5. Like
mid.
it's like completely mid. Like it's not good and it's not bad. It's like
Yeah.
right in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
yeah.
Yeah. Haven't beaten this game, but I played like over an hour, and I recommend it. It's a PS1 game, and news just broke this week as we were recording. Like they're doing a Silent Hill 2 remake, and generally the consensus is that Silent Hill 2 is like the best one. So I can
Really.
see why they would do that, but it's a PS1 game. First of all, second of all, none of the Silent Hill games are playable besides this one. I was playing on my PS3. You have to have a PS3 to play this game, or a Vita, because you can play it through there, I think.
Jesus.
Like, it's not, these games aren't accessible to the modern audience anymore.
That's stupid.
It's like, why not just straight port it? I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
not that hard.
It's
It really
so
can't
it's
be.
so weird. I recommend, like, they're doing Silent Hill 2, which I'm interested in. And that one, like, the premise is like your wife died tragically, and then like 3 years later you get a note, you get like a letter in the mail that has your wife's name on it. It was like, come to Silent Hill or something like along those lines. You're like, what the fuck? I have
Yeah,
to go, it's my
seriously.
wife.
Yeah, now
I
I
want
gotta
to go.
go.
I was like, well, what the hell is this? She died. It's like impossible. Like he's telling himself it's impossible that she's alive, but he goes over there
How it
and
goes. Yeah.
it's about, that game's about dealing with like death and like accepting it, like all these other like anxiety and stress. Like it has those themes to it, and that's why I'm excited. I'm a little excited to play that.
Yeah.
But I'm a wimp when it comes to horror games. Like I was playing this PlayStation 1. Look at those jagged polygons. I was horrified.
Yeah, right.
Like,
If
fuck,
they do it
man.
right, it doesn't matter. Like it's just scary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my the second game. So move on. What is the third
Right.
horror movie you want to talk about during this festive horror time?
All right. Third horror movie. Did we? I don't know if we saw this. I know. I'm pretty sure you saw this with Ishan when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I saw it with you guys. I don't remember. But this is a remake of a classic novel adaptation from, I believe, the 80s, maybe. From Stephen King. It's about clowns and they want to eat you.
Oh.
It's called It. Hell yeah.
I think I saw that with DJ, and I remember him like
Yeah.
laughing, or not laughing, but I think he
know
was
the
scared.
exact scene he laughed at.
Huh?
The one, this, I know the exact scene he laughed at. You know what I'm talking about? At the, like, it's kind of towards the end when they're like in the sewer and he like does that weird dance.
Yeah, that's where he laughed.
That's what it was.
I think we saw it twice.
Yeah, because I saw it with you guys, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
That was good. I think,
But,
did we see it on the
yeah.
Tuesday? Like one of those Tuesday $5 deals?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Our movie theaters do like a cheap Tuesday. We would go in high school and it was like $5 for a ticket. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was like the first horror movie I saw in theaters. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'd say
Mm-hmm.
so. Yeah, so I was about what 16.
I
Um,
think it came out. I think it came out 2017.
17, 16 or 17. But yeah, this movie was awesome. Like Bill Skarsgård, who plays the clown, fucking legend. His like face is like so perfect for it. Like the way that he can make that smile. Like if you
Mm.
watch, there's a famous interview of him where he does the smile without any of the makeup on, and it looks like the fucking clown, and he has no makeup on. It's terrifying.
Yeah, I think he
Um,
did on the Jimmy Kimmel show.
yeah, fucking crazy.
Oh my
Great actor.
god.
And then the kids that they cast for this are like they act better than like most adults. It's kind of hilarious. Like like they're cast so perfect for everything. Like
Mm-hmm.
most of them, I think this is kind of like some of them like I think just one of them was in Stranger Things, maybe two. I think just one. That's it.
I'll have. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. It was that. Is that one? Is that one kid? Yeah, it's
With the black hair.
the black hair
Yeah.
and like the weird hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
him.
floofy hair.
Floofy
Yeah.
hair. Yeah, him. Yeah,
But
he's
yeah,
fucking.
like these kids are fucking like it's insane how talented they were. Like I always remember that. Like not that they were that much younger than me. Like I think they're probably all like 1 or 2 years younger than we are. But like
Yeah, they are.
Jesus Christ, like very immense talent. Like they really like there's it's easy to like cast kids in a horror movie and they're just like scared. They're like like
Ah!
oh god, like they're like there's like real fear here, and like the way they like band together to like fight away the clown and shit is like that's really cool. I have not seen the second It though. That's something I am interested in for sure. So
Yeah, I heard it wasn't
yeah.
as good.
Oh really?
Yeah, the second wasn't as good because
Damn.
it's like the second one they're all grown up and like he comes back to like, haunt them again.
Mm, I gotcha. Yeah. I like there's the kid, I think he plays I think in the first It he plays
Mm-hmm.
like he's like a Jewish kid. I think like he has like a hard like religious upbringing and he's like afraid of that painting. You know what I'm talking about?
I do remember that vaguely. Yeah.
Yeah. I think yeah, but he's in another horror movie I watched recently called The Lodge, and he does really well in that too. He's a very talented actor.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, but yeah, so
If I'm
good for them.
remembering
Great
right,
acting.
like the book that it's the book that the movie is originally based on by Stephen King is like it's like a 500 page. Right, it's like a huge fucking novel.
Right.
Insane. And
Yeah.
that like I think like the end of that like they all had like an orgy or something.
I heard about that. Yeah. There's like a weird like sex thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a weird sex thing. I was like, what the fuck, Stephen King?
Yeah.
What the fuck's
Yeah.
going on here,
Stephen
man?
King's well, dude, you gotta remember, man, this guy is like fucking loaded out of his mind on cocaine like through the all of the 80s. Like he was just like not sleeping and just like doing coke and writing. That's all he did. Stephen King's fucking crazy. He's a super weird guy. He's written really cool stuff, but he's fucking weird, like super weird.
He's still writing
So,
today, I think.
yeah, he's like, yeah, he's definitely like kind of like how there's like certain rappers that release like an album like 3 times a year. Like he's like that. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
stop. So
Christ.
yeah, but cool ideas come out of his head, but he's fucking weird.
Yeah, good watch for the part one at
Yeah,
least.
yeah. Go watch it. It's it's cool. Yeah, it's a good time.
All right. Next movie on my list. We're on the third one, right? I'm on the third one. You just said your third one.
That's
Correct?
right.
All right.
Yes.
The Blair Witch Project
Nice. Have not
is
seen
my
this one
third one.
either.
This one was like the first one to do like this footage was found nearby in the woods
Yeah.
where we're just
Yeah.
releasing it now kind of movie.
The
But
trope.
that
Yeah.
that that trope And I
Right.
genuinely thought like they found this in the woods and like they published and then they just in the
You
theater.
really,
It's like, dude,
you really believed.
I really believe. I was like, dude, oh my gosh, are they not gonna find these people? Like, what the fuck? I think I saw it on Netflix. I was like, why the fuck would Netflix release this? Go find them. Has nobody done anything about this? That's how good it was.
That's funny.
Like a group of friends go out and into the woods to, like spend a night in the woods or something. So,
Yeah.
and slowly but surely, like they just and it's all shot on like a fucking web like a what is it
A
called?
camcorder.
A camcorder.
Yeah.
Very well. Like it looks like a legit camcorder, but like
That's
they
sick.
slowly like lose their minds because like something is out
Jesus.
there
All
and they
right.
just don't know what it is.
Uh-huh.
And
Damn.
and like the perspective of the camcorder, like you don't see everything, and that's the point. You're
Oh,
not supposed to see everything
fuck,
that's happening
dude.
to them. So it's left.
Jesus.
So you're left to think like, what the fuck is chasing these
Oh
people,
my God.
man? And the
Jesus.
ending, and that ending, I was like, what the fuck happened? What was that?
Dude,
Oh,
don't tell me because I want to know. Wow, that came out in
I can't
1999.
tell you.
Wow.
I can't tell
Damn,
you
I
what the
thought
hell the ending
you
was.
don't know what it was.
You're still left to think like, what do you think happened to them?
Wow.
Oh my
Holy
god,
fuck, dude. Dude, I
it's
didn't know it
good.
came out in 1999.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
99, man.
Wow.
They did a
That's
it was
cool.
a great movie. Great ass movie. I was like, fuck,
Awesome.
it's one of those like you're just left thinking like what the fuck could it be?
What
Like
could it be?
like you
Oh,
just don't know, dude. You just don't fucking know.
that's. Is there a sequel or is it just one?
No. I think they're thinking of a sequel or something like shit, that's my phone. But it can't be a direct follow up to that. It's more like another story in that same style of filmmaking, you know, the camcorder
Yeah,
thing.
I see. Interesting.
I'm gonna search it right now. Blair Witch Project 2. Okay, oh, gross. There is technically a Blair Witch 2. It's called Book of
It
Shadows, Blair
sucked
Witch
though.
2. Came out in 2000. It's like everybo's giving it shit reviews. Okay, don't watch this. We'll only watch
Jeez.
the
Yeah.
Blair Witch Project.
Watch the first one. Okay.
Is there a part two? The Blair? Ew, gross, man. I'm not watching that. Just like how you ever seen Silence of the Lambs?
No. Oh,
Nah,
is that? Hold on. Which one is that again? Hold on. Is that? That's not Here's Johnny, is it?
no, that's Shining.
That's Shining. Never mind. No. That's
Okay.
Clarice.
So
That's that one. Yeah.
they did like a remake. Like
Uh
it was
huh.
in this it's like 20 like from like the 2010s like now they're doing like this like reboot of like horror movies like Evil Dead, Friday the
Yeah.
13th, Halloween and they did one for Blair Witch. It's just
Yeah.
called straight up just called Blair Witch and
Oh, okay.
it's also looking like it's kind of mid except yeah, it's like not connected to the first one. It's just like a reboot. Hey, it made a lot of money, so people wouldn't go see this. Like, it only had a budget of 5 million and it made 45 in the box
Pretty
office.
good. Hell yeah. Oh wait. The new here on the Wikipedia page, new installment of the Blair Witch Project is currently in development at Lionsgate as of April 2022. So that's very recent.
Okay. Well, I highly recommend watching the first one, The Blair Witch Project from '99. Very psychological, tension building horror
Love it.
movie.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All
All
right.
right. Fourth one. What do we got?
Now we're doing game number 3.
Oh, fuck. Game number 3. Jumping
um,
ahead.
all right, game number 3. This is another like I doubt you'll know this one.
Hi.
Maybe, but I doubt it. This is like golden era, like early 2010s YouTube again.
Okay.
This game is made in. You know about the it's a application called RPG Maker.
Yes, I know about RPG Maker.
Yeah. So RPG Maker essentially is this um what would I describe it as? It's like a game maker that you can like put your own assets into and like make little top down 2D RPGs in, but you can like make anything. Like you could make fucking like an adventure game or like a horror game or whatever. But this is an RPG Maker horror, which kind of had a big little like phase, like
Mm-hmm.
where a lot of people would play them. And it kind of blew up on YouTube with all those same channels like PewDiePie, Markiplier, all those guys that would play horror movies or play horror games in
Yeah.
those days. And I watched it several times. It almost became like comfort viewing, even though it was really scary and like fucking crazy. Like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's called The Crooked Man. Um,
That's I'm looking it up right now. It vaguely sounds familiar.
yeah, yeah. It's
Oh,
called The
it's a
Crooked
film.
Man.
There's a
Oh, I didn't know there's a
there's a
movie.
movie. I think it came out
Um,
this Wicker Man game. Let me see. Nope.
yeah,
Nope, I have not heard of this. Looks got good
yeah,
reviews though.
yeah. It's kind of like it's very like homegrown, like made by a small studio, maybe even a couple of people, but it came out in 2012. Um, it's really like you know you're looking at pixelated graphics, but Jesus Christ, as it gets intense and like it'll flash these images at you like out
Mm-hmm.
of nowhere, like of the like the monster, and it's fucking crazy. Like it's so scary. Like oh my god, super intense. Love it. Um, the plot. I don't really remember the story too well. I just remember the jump scares. Oh my god, it was crazy jump
Oh.
scares. Like super good. Good um like it could make you afraid. Like even though you have like a top down view, like you're like afraid while you're playing it. You're like, holy shit, like this
Mm-hmm.
is fucking crazy. Um yeah. So let's see if I can find up any little fun facts about this game. It has multiple
Man.
endings. That was another thing. Um
Oh.
yeah, so like you could like do things a certain way and like get a good ending or a bad ending. So it's like a good game. Like it goes past just the jump scares and stuff like that. Um but yeah, interesting little indie horror. So yeah, that's my other pick. Number 3.
Number three. Okay. All right. My third game that I'm gonna be choosing, BioShock.
Nice. Great game.
Yeah,
Hell
and
yeah.
dude, this is the only one on this list I've actually not true. This is the one of the two I've beat on my list. The BioShock. I just recently beat this one too. I think like last year, but I kept going through this game. The splicers, dude, pop up out of nowhere and like scared the shit
Yeah.
out of me. Like I was in the parties sometimes, Xbox parties. I'd be like, oh my god, dude, yeah, because
Like, oh
they
my
just
god.
run up on you, bro.
Yeah,
Run up on you.
it's pretty fucked.
It's fucked. Like the
Yeah,
big daddies that are in there, like, oh my god, like how the
yeah,
fuck am I gonna do this?
right.
The beginning stages, the atmosphere it brings, it's like you're in an underwater city that like was
There's
abandoned.
literally no way out. Like you're fucked. Like
You're
you're
fucked.
literally fucked.
You're
Yeah.
fucked down there, and like,
Yep.
and this game has like a great like twist that I didn't realize at first until like Curtis told me about it. It's like, don't you realize? Like I
You
got
didn't
to that
figure it
part.
out.
I didn't figure it out right away.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I was like, wait, what? And there's like, it's like, yeah, dude. And he explained it to me, I was like, what?
You
This
kindly.
fucking bastard is
Yeah.
dying.
What a fucking game.
Yeah, and then I got the,
Incredible. Yeah.
and then I got like the New Vegas reference where you could like, have you gotten to that part? Have you done that? It's like a challenge in New Vegas where you could like we could beat one of the enemies to death with a fucking golf club. And it was very it was like like the challenge like was named after like the BioShock character that you do that to.
I don't remember. Oh, it's yeah, I kind of know what you're talking about. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it was a challenge, and I think that's it can be part of an achievement. So I mean, it's also pretty funny. It's like just do that because the guy in New Vegas is like defenseless, so you can kill him with anything. Kill him with a fucking bottle cap, probably.
That's
But yeah,
funny.
dude, Bioshock, the atmosphere it brings is it has a horror vibe. And I haven't played
Yeah.
any other Bioshocks. Like this is the only one I've played, and I can confidently say like that is a horror game, even though like
Oh yeah, it's
initially
absolutely a horror
initially I
game.
didn't think it was because like it's just some action
Yeah.
like for FPS. Do some shit with your
Yeah.
hands. It's kind of cool. Like
Yeah.
zap zap.
Yeah. The fucking magic and
Yeah,
shit.
but
Yeah.
after I was going through, I was like, dude, some of these environments and levels are just
Yeah.
they're just scary. They
Yeah.
just bring a
It is
level of
scary.
uncomfortableness. I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
what's fucking happening next?
Especially, I love with Bioshock, like a good way that they play with fear is like with lighting. So like that you can see shadows of people,
Yes. Oh my
like,
god, that
and then
just
they
reminded
run.
me, dude. Oh,
Oh God, they do that really good,
they did
man.
that really
Yeah.
good. I was like, oh my god. Okay,
Yeah.
I know it's gonna come out of nowhere. I know it's gonna come around the corner. I get around the corner, nothing, and then boom,
There's nothing. Then boom. Ah, yeah.
dude. I was like, fuck that,
Yeah.
fuck this is so scary. But
Yeah.
very good game. It's very cheap. You can get like all three of the Bioshock games, Bioshock 1, 2, and Infinite, for like $15 on the regular, like not $10 even.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's on Game Pass. Like they're very old games. The
Yeah.
last one came out in 2013.
Yeah. Right.
Pick
Which is
these up.
also great.
It's on
I
it's
love
everywhere.
Infinite.
Switch,
Yeah.
Xbox, PS4, PC.
Yep.
Highly
Top
recommend
tier.
playing that. All right, now we move on to our fourth movie, right?
Yes.
Yes. Do it.
All right. This one, there's one. This is the one me and Zach were talking about earlier. There's this one scene that's like is so crazy. Like, oh my god, it was just horrible, so shocking, like sad, makes you want to cry, like super fucked up. Like, ugh, like this movie is just like it's like an emotional roller coaster. It's horrible. Like, oh my god. So came out in 2018 and
Mm-hmm.
I watched this last year, uh, and it's called Hereditary.
Oh,
Oh
I actually did
God!
not see that movie.
Oh, you didn't put? Oh, Zach,
I
you
was not
have
on
to
the same
watch.
page. I've never seen
Oh
that.
my
Yeah.
God, dude, the fucking scene I'm talking about is so bad. Don't read the Wikipedia article because you'll see it.
Okay.
Dude, it's like Jesus fucking Christ, Zach. Like it will make you fucking cry. But essentially,
Oh my
like
god.
this movie is like it's so upsetting and like so horrible. Like you're just watching it, you're just like, oh my god, like make it stop. Like it just makes you so uncomfortable and like there's so much like fucking horrible things that happen. It's like, oh Jesus. Um yeah, Hereditary. I can't describe it. It's like
I've heard very horrifying things from it, which is, I guess, good in what we're
good
talking
lord.
about.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like ugh. I can't describe.
No, I can't
Like,
describe. Don't even
yeah.
try. Like,
Just
I'll
please watch it.
word of
It's so
mouth.
fuck
I will
it's
watch
so
it.
crazy. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Please do. It's insane.
Okay. All right. You're here to hear, folks. Watch Hereditary.
Yeah, watch Hereditary. Good lord. It'll make you fucking cry. It'll make you want to stop watching. It's makes you so uncomfortable.
Oh
It's like, ugh.
Jesus. Oh my god. Damn.
Yeah,
Okay. All
it's
right.
pretty bad.
My fourth movie. I'm actually have to look this up because it's been a while since I've watched it. But I have like the memory. Like I just remember the feeling of like, dude, this is fucking unsettling as hell. And it's actually it's a foreign movie. It was on
Oh,
Netflix
really?
one time, yeah. So I don't think you may have heard of it, but I don't think you have. I
Right.
gotta make sure I spell it right. Okay. Yeah, it's a 2014 Australian psychological horror,
Okay.
and I thought this was they did this in Britain, so I actually got that wrong. It was in Australia. Oof. Let me get to like the plot or whatever. There's like a troubled and exhausted widow who has to like raise her like 6-year-old son alone. Her husband was killed in a car accident. As as he drove her to the hospital to have the kid, it's like that's right there.
Jesus.
That's just
Whoa.
that's just fucking. Oh my god, I can't imagine.
Yeah. What the fuck is that called?
So, and it's based on a childhood, a story, like a childhood. What am I trying to say? Like,
Fable.
yeah, a fable, a child's like story or whatever. Like, it's called the Babadook.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that before.
Yeah, that that is fucking scary because like this lady, this woman goes through like it's like it's like madness almost, like constant insomnia because like her son. I'm pretty sure her son like unleashes like this Babadook thing. It's like he just got pissed off or something, or he did something unintentionally, and like just springs off this spur of like moments, and like oh my god, dude. Foreign movies do it well sometimes, and like when they do, they hit, man. Like this was fucking scary. The Babadook.
Jesus. Yeah, I've heard of the name
Yeah,
before.
I think it's like the same as like Baba Yaga or something. What is that supposed to be? Like
Uh,
the Boogeyman.
oh yeah,
I think this
yeah,
might be like an equivalent of the Boogeyman.
yeah. It's like a yeah, like a child's like fable, scary,
Yeah,
like the
dude.
chupacabra or
Oh,
like
I
some
got
dumb
troop.
shit like
Yeah.
that.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, bro. Yeah, I don't remember much, and I don't want to like look it up again, like waste time. But watch the Babadook. It's horrifying. It's fuck.
Nice.
Okay. Now we're moving on to our fourth horror game pick. Eddie, what do we got?
Right. Um, this one is uh, this is another first-person survival horror type thing. Um, you don't have weapons. You're like kind of a helpless individual, um, and it it has what it does so well is the variety of enemy, variety of monster, um,
Mm-hmm.
and also like its puzzle aspects, and it's procedurally generated, and it's all about like multiple endings, and it's based on a long running like weird part of the internet called the SCP project. I don't know if you've heard of it before.
Mm-mm. I have not.
Yeah, or the SCP Foundation, excuse me. It's like this website that is like community run, but it's like uh, it's made to look like a real website, but like it's basically a foundation that's created by the internet where um, it's like a fake government registry of like these like weird creatures that are like contained in this facility, and
Mm-hmm.
the game is called SCP Containment Breach, and it like plays off the lore of this website that is like made. Um, so like for example, I'll pull out one of these like there's like thousands and thousands of these SCPs, but like SCP stands for secure, contain, protect,
Mm-hmm.
and so like I'll just pick one like SCP 190. So like if you go on the website SCP Foundation, like you can look up like SCP whatever, like put a number, and like there's like descriptions of them, and like it'll talk about these like weird anomalous objects. Like this is like a toy box that like it describes like what it is. Like it's 50 centimeters by 70 centimeters by 35 centimeters. Like that's how big it is. But when an individual aged 10 or older opens the hinged lid, SCP-90 contains 17 marbles of assorted size and color, 2 sticks of lightly used green sidewalk chalk, and 1 deck of bicycle brand playing cards. These objects can be manipulated within the confines of SCP-190, but cannot be removed from it. Attempts to remove these objects encounter an otherwise undetectable, impenetrable barrier stretching across the opening of the box. Individuals aged 10 or older who interact with SCP 190 or its contents typically report feelings of unease, discomfort until they cease interacting with the objects. So it's like weird, anomalous objects that like do weird shit.
Huh.
So like if you're under 10 and you like touch this little toy box, like it'll play music and like make the people like hallucinate and shit. Like, yeah. So it's like these made up little things. Sometimes they're monsters, sometimes they're objects, but the game is essentially you're in the facility where they're all contained and you're like trying to escape. And it's really cool, very puzzly. There's a huge variety of monsters, and like you can search for items, and like you can use some of the SCPs to your advantage because some of them do like good things. And yeah, it's kind of like a weird part of the internet, but yeah, this is another game that I found from that kind of golden age of YouTube, like horror playthrough people. So yeah.
Definitely like that description sort of led me to believe it was similar to that one movie called The Cabin in the Woods. You heard of that?
I have, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's the second half of that movie is just not what I expected in a bad way, to be
Oh,
honest.
really?
Yeah, in a bad way, to be honest. But
Damn.
that's definitely interesting, and I don't know what to think about that. Like objects that just have like,
It's like something fucking wrong with them.
oh my
Yeah.
god, it's like they're possessed or some shit.
Yeah. Like here's another one. Like so like SCP-153 is a species of roundworm that can reach up to like there's like on the website like there's like fake redacted sections like like when you see like an FBI document it's like blacked out,
Yeah.
so like there's like a bunch of lore like with this, and like these worms like go into your brain and they like control your mind and shit. Like, yeah.
What the fuck?
It's kind of cool. You can read all these for hours. There's thousands of them. You can just like click on a random one, like
Huh.
2130 is like this weird office furniture. Like, yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's kind of cool.
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
Like all of my games are like ones that like people have definitely heard. You listed off
Yeah.
two that I have never even heard.
Yeah. Mine are like really like deep YouTube horror lore, like like OG ass
Yeah.
PewDiePie videos, like from almost 10 years ago or more.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's like my horror game collection.
Okay. My fourth game, pretty much very iconic. A good UI system where your health is like displayed on like the back of your character, and it's highly sci-fi, and it's the common trope like, oh my gosh, like something like you're drifting in space and you come across this one ship that is abandoned. What the fuck happened here? You go inside and just shit goes wrong. And the game is Dead Space.
Yes.
And I figured I'd mention this because I have played some of it, didn't beat it. Really, I don't know why I stopped playing it. I don't think it held my interest as much at that time, but thinking back on it, I would play it again. I'd pick up where I left off. and pretty much what I said, you like send out as a distress. There's like you get a distress signal from the ship. You go in to investigate. Like you're just a lowly fucking engineer, bro. Like you don't
Yeah.
you're not meant for combat, but you're put into that situation where you have to do combat or you fucking die. And it has really cool like weapons. Like you start off with like the fucking like fucking space plasma like laser gun. Like you can chop off limbs, which is the point of like the whole thing. So like I was cutting fucking aliens like arms and limbs off because like that's what you have to do. Like obviously you would shoot their fucking legs off first so they're not running at you.
Run at you.
Yeah, run at you. So that's what I was doing. It has some very freaky moments, man. It's like it works well with the lighting, like you said.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
and this
I get what
this
you
was
mean.
2007 though. This was 15 years ago, and now that same game is being remade like from the ground up. And I've seen like screenshots and gameplay. And like, if you don't have this game, because right now it runs at like 60. Actually, it's not true. The original Dead Space, they pulled the fast one
Uh-oh.
on a 360, like backwards compat. You can play on your Series X. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that one doesn't run at 60 frames, but like it has like a resolution bump. So like it looks better or crisp, but
Nice.
it's not. But what they did was they made Dead Space 2 and 3 60 frames, but not the
Yeah.
original. They did it on purpose. That seems like a purposeful kind of thing,
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
kind of stupid.
I'm gonna fact check myself right here, but like Dead Space, it it's like one of the best horror games like of all time, because like no one was doing that. No one was doing like space horror because they didn't have the technology yet, and this is like the first one to do it, or they didn't have the technology to do it, but like didn't have to do it like in that setting. Because I heard of System
Right.
Shock before.
Oh, I've heard of that game. Yeah.
Yeah, let me see, Dead Space. Yeah, they did like Dead Space 2 and 3, but like not one with a FPS boost to 60, which was on purpose. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with the game now. Like you can still play Dead Space. They just remade it to like more monies. The more monies they can
Right.
grab. And it's a great game. If you haven't played it, like if you're a PlayStation person, you should buy the Dead Space remake because you can't play it right now if you have PS5 or PS4.
Okay.
Highly recommend.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Dead Space.
Dead Space, 2 words. All right, now
All
we're
right.
on to our fifth and final
Fifth.
horror movie we are going to talk about. Start us off.
All right. This one goes probably more into like the psychological, like weird, like fear type rather than like jump scares again.
Mhm.
Um, this game is like a really like artsy,
Oh, it's a movie or a
super
game?
weird. Oh no, this is a movie. We're doing
Oh yeah,
movie.
oh, you said game.
Yeah. Oh shit. Sorry.
You good, you good, you good.
um, yeah, super artsy, kind of weird, uh, confusing, like fucking insane thing to look at. Like, um, came out on. It's like a film festival movie, but it got released on Netflix, like a little bit after, and it's called "I'm Thinking of Ending Things." You ever heard of it before?
Think I'm ending things? No, I've not heard of
No.
this.
Okay. It's based on a book. So the book was written in 2016 and then it came out in late 2020. Um, but it's like the most confusing, weird movie ever. Like it's basically this woman and this man go to visit the man's parents, like they're dating or whatever, and they're gonna like visit his parents.
Uh huh.
And there's all these fucking weird ass happenings that like they're so unexplainably like freaky, and like the plot is so confusing, but like once you like kind of read about it after you finish watching it, it's like fucking insane, like crazy. but there's like parts where like it seems like the guy can like read the woman's thoughts, and like a lot of the movie is
What?
like portrayed through her thoughts, and it's
Uh-huh.
like, oh dude, it's and the ending is like fucking crazy weird, but like once you understand like what it means, it's like wow, like holy fuck. The acting is awesome. The people that play the parents are like super fucking creepy.
Mm-hmm.
The woman that plays the girlfriend, who's like kind of the main character, is like she plays awesome, and then the boyfriend like is like really weird and like plays that really well. So yeah, it's less scary and more like confusing, like freaky, like weird. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. What is
very
it called again?
confusing though. It's called I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
Ooh, okay. I'm thinking of it.
Yeah. Yeah, because in the beginning of the movie, like you're listening to the woman like speak in her own thoughts, and
Yeah.
she's thinking about breaking up with the guy. She's like, I'm thinking of ending things. Like that's yeah, that's where the title comes from.
Okay.
It's very weird. It's very
Weird.
cool though.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
So
All right. I'll have to keep that in mind. Just put that in the back of my memory
yeah.
box. Okay. My fifth one is a little it's a cheesy film. Well, actually, not really cheesy, but it's like very well known. And it's like it came out during that time when like slasher films were huge. And it's like one of those iconic horror movie villains you will see every year at Halloween kind of things. But I think
Yeah.
this first one is really good in how they deal with the real world and what is and isn't a dream, and that should give it away. The
No,
Nightmare on
doesn't.
Elm Street.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, this one I watched and I was like, I think I think I have all those Freddy Krueger movies, but it's like it's a European rating on it, so I don't know if it would even play on my like PS5 or Xbox.
I
But
see.
I the first movie I watched and I was like, by the way, I think what's his face? I think Iron Man is in that movie, or some like famous actor like down the line we
Okay.
knew. Yeah, but
Yeah.
he like Nightmare on Elm Street. It deals with like insomnia like really well. That's like the whole point of it is like it's like if you sleep, there's a chance you will fucking die from this
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
from this guy that like haunts your dreams named Freddy Krueger, where like it has this backstory where like he died in a fire because like there were claims that he was like a pedophile. So all the it's like all I think he was like a teacher or something. So
Mhm.
all the parents of like of those kids like somehow trapped this guy like in a house or something, like burned him to death. Some shit. That's why he has like a fucking
I
burned
see.
ass face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like and then he comes back to like haunt their kids like in their dreams. I don't know how like
I see.
I don't know how that come
Yeah, I
I don't know
get
how
it.
that like
Yeah.
logically it factors in.
Yeah.
But
Are you
like
talking about the original from the 80s?
the original, 1970,
Okay.
1982 or in 79.
84.
Never mind. Fuck, I was way off. Okay. In
That's all right. 82 is
1984.
pretty close.
1980. Yeah. So this one, oh, like, there's like this certain bathtub scene where like the editing, like the filmmaking was done so well. I couldn't even tell that like what that person went through. Like they were just having like they just like fell asleep in the bathtub, right?
Yeah.
It, it's really good. Like
I
how
think I've seen that scene where he like
it's pretty
reaches out.
popular. Yeah, like
Yeah.
has his claw like slowly
Yeah.
the girl like has her eyes closed and like drags her down like suffocating and like she like wakes up she's like oh my god, right? I mean, I don't know what happens after that, but oh, it's a really psychological like slash like done
Yeah.
well. It's not like just not a cheesy thing. That's why it's and Wes what's that the director is like really good. something
Wes
Carpenter.
Craven.
Wes
Yeah.
Craven, yeah. Wes Craven, brilliant. He's a brilliant filmmaker. I don't think he did all the
Nice.
other. I don't know how many Nightmare on Elm Streets he did, but the ones he did do, watch.
Hell yeah.
There's even a fucking they did a crossover with Freddy versus Jason, which that's just a money grab right there. I mean, it's fun to watch,
Yeah,
but like obvious
absolutely.
money grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ends our movie discussion of our 5 and 5 horror movies. Now we're gonna move into our fifth and final horror game that we have played, enjoyed, or watched. What do we got, Eddie?
All right. This one's kind of memey. It's not like it's actually a good game, but like I think because of its legacy, it's kind of a meme now.
Uh-oh.
And it came out in I think the mid 2010s. And once again, this is something I found from like classic horror YouTubers, Markiplier, PewDiePie. Um, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh my god, of course you fucking chose that.
I had to. It's actually okay. Like it's kind of a huge meme now, and it's really, like it got way overblown, and it's kind of dumb. But like, the story and the lore is actually really interesting. The first few games were really cool. They made them very well. Like it's a simple concept. Like it's a
Mm-hmm.
stationary like survival type game where you're just trying to like get through the night.
Yeah.
But it has very cool lore, and it is pretty spooky. Like the jump scares will get you. Um, but yeah, so that's my meme. That's my meme choice,
Your
but not
meme
meme.
choice. Oh my fucking
Yeah.
god, bro. I've I played like 10 minutes of that and I was like, no, this is fucking stupid. I deleted it instantly.
Yeah.
So my
It's
game, which I was surprised to look that it was considered a horror game, and I'm doing both games technically because like they're but it's like the same type of like horror genre, and that is the Last of Us 1 and 2, part 1 and
yep.
part
Right.
2. And I was playing through this, and I didn't really think it was a horror. It's like one of those like sub genres you would place on a game because like it deals with like these clicker things, which I mean they're basically
Yeah.
zombies.
Right.
And so there are parts of the game where like I was like feeling like very stressed and scared. Like, oh my gosh, all these fucking things are coming through like the windows, and I gotta fucking kill them in time. Before like they all fucking crowd me and I die.
Right.
But that was like half the game, and that the other half, well, not half. I would say like a good 60% of the game was like stealthily like walking through buildings, like a post-apocalyptic like buildings and streets,
Yeah.
like trying like to avoid the clickers and people too, because like of course there's those kind of people in a post-apocalyptic setting where like they don't give a fuck about everybody else. They they just want to survive and they'll fucking kill you
Right.
for everything you
Yeah.
have type of people.
I gotcha.
And so like
Yeah.
yeah, tiptoeing around that, and there's like a sound
Mm-hmm.
mechanic too,
The
or
sound. That's what I was just gonna say. The sound
sound,
is cool.
yeah, where
Yeah.
like you hear the clickers and you're like, oh fuck,
Yeah. Because
oh
their
fuck.
hearing is hypersensitive because they're blind, right?
Yep, they are blind, but like
Yeah.
their hearing is, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to like walk and like so like some of the mechanics is like throwing like a brick or a glass bottle so like farther away to either like lure them to so you can kill them, or it's like just avoid them. And part two's horror, like the lighting and what they do with that, oh great, that's a great game.
Yeah.
Everything about that part two is like a great game. I just maybe I'll play it, maybe I gotta play it again, but like the story, I was just pissed off like the whole time. I was like, why, how do you expect me to care about like these people after what they did? And people who have played it know what I'm talking about. I couldn't. Like the gameplay and everything, like the story, low key, and even the ending of the story, I was like, bro, maybe I gotta play it again. When I played, I
Right.
was like, it's a good video game, you know, but like the story, I just was not. I was even like Ishan and I were playing that game like together simultaneously, and I kept
Yeah.
after I beat him, I texted him. I was like, not what I was expecting. I don't think I like it as much as the first one. He's like,
That's what I hear a lot of
yeah,
people say.
and his answer, like after I kept talking to him about it, his answer slowly became like, dude, this is an amazing game. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. To like, yeah, I can see where you're coming
He's like,
from.
I
That
get
was
it.
pretty.
Yeah.
I get it was pretty annoying how they
Mm-hmm.
did that. So these both of these games, like I have very polarizing opinions on like this is part two, but part one, amazing. Just got remade for the PS5. Play that. It's like the best way to play it if you've never played The Last of Us. But just go ahead and play both of these games. They're fire. 10 out of 10 for both games to some people. For me, the first one's a 10 out of 10. The second one's like an 8 out of 10.
Nice. That's good though.
Yeah.
Still good score.
So that was our last ones, wasn't it?
Yes, that's correct. That's the end.
This is the end. So hope you guys enjoyed this little festive sort of episode that we're doing. We haven't done the news in a long time, but I'm finding that doing like centralized episodes on like different topics, I kind of like it more.
I like that much more. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I follow the news like all the time. Like I have a bad habit of just like scrolling through Twitter like constantly. And my girlfriend is always like, dude, you're glued to Twitter. You go, and the people I follow, like I have a pen and pant Twitter and I have my personal Twitter, and I'm like I've been
Yeah.
on my pen and pant Twitter mostly because it's all gaming people I follow, and I don't know, just what their thoughts. I just want to know constantly, like their thoughts and like
Yeah.
the new stuff that's coming out, like what's their opinion on it and stuff.
Right.
It's just that whatever they're tweeting, like the new thing, I gotta know, and it's a bad habit, and I want to break it. I want to break it so bad. Like, but I can't like just straight up just delete Twitter. It's like
Right. Yeah.
I want to keep it open for like the pen and pant thing.
Yeah.
But I
That's
can be
understandable. Yeah.
yeah. I'll like
Like,
I like a lot of stuff and I'll retweet stuff.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm more of a
That's
passive Twitter user.
yeah. That's how I feel about Instagram because like I have to do it for my page, but like I just like I scroll and scroll and scroll on Instagram. I'm like, fuck, please stop. Like,
Yeah, I'm
so,
moved away. Like Twitter's like the main thing I use. Like Instagram, if I get bored of Twitter, I go to Instagram. If I get bored of Instagram, I go to Reddit.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I
I've
tried like
almost axed all of Reddit, which I'm happy about. Like that used to be a bad one.
really, yeah, I can definitely
Yeah.
see like that's like a rabbit hole. You just keep scrolling on.
Yeah. Oh, it never stops. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, Twitter's like the main thing. I like don't use Snapchat at all.
Oh
Not
yeah,
even
dude. Snapchat's like the most dead to me for sure.
to me.
Like,
Yeah, 100%. I
yeah.
and people still use it as like their main. I was like, if this Christian Bale, I think, had this one quote, or I don't know if it's Christian Bale, like this famous actor, where
Okay.
they were like, if you have a problem with me and you don't have my number, then you don't have a problem with me.
Yeah,
Like I don't
seriously.
know you well enough to have
I
a
don't know you
problem.
that good.
Yeah, to have a problem with me. I
Yeah.
was like, man,
Like,
that's low key. That's how I feel. Like I just want to communicate by like text messaging. Like that's why like I turn notifications off for like all my social media except yeah,
yeah.
pretty much. Like so like I'm forced to like go into the app, which is kind of
You
like
have to go in to see. You don't get dragged in. Yeah.
yeah, which I mean Twitter doesn't help because I just still do that.
Yeah, right.
But Instagram don't have any notifications on. I kind of like. So whoever's listening, if you got to the end of this episode, like text me funny stuff or send it to me on Twitter. honestly, the pen and pant one. I think that's what I'm mostly using now. But like, I should switch back and forth, but I don't have notifications on, so I don't know if you sent me stuff, sort of thing. It the way Twitter has their like algorithm is there's two ways you can do it. Like you know the latest tweets of who you follow most recently, which Instagram just totally got rid of, which is terrible. I don't like how they did that.
Yeah, then it's weird. Instagram's had so it's because they got bought by
It's because
Facebook.
they
They're
got bought by
like
Facebook. Yeah,
they're just turning into Facebook too, and I hate that. That makes me
yeah,
so
dude.
sad.
It used to be just pictures, man. That was the whole thing of it.
Yeah,
Then and then the other algorithm choice you can have is home, which is like every other social media algorithm, like based on what you likes and who you follow, gonna give you
yeah,
tweets varying on like and you can follow topics too on Twitter. So I follow like all like PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, certain game topics like Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic,
right.
or Star Wars in general, Marvel and stuff like that. And so that's kind of why I like it. Like most of my news I get from Twitter or word of mouth, which is bad, but like I just don't think I just, sometimes I'll watch the news a little bit. I don't watch the news that much because there's better ways of consuming it than watching the news and then it going to like an ad. Like I watched this thing from one of my like English it was like English 2 102 or something where it pretty much called out like news channels are like hella like definitely biased, but like they also do like
Super.
sponsored content, like just like local
Yeah,
news channels. I'm like, well,
yeah,
how am I supposed to believe like you're recommending this product, but like they're paying you to do that?
yeah. They're paying you to recommend it. Like you don't actually use it. Yeah, product sponsorship is a complicated problem because like for me, like I know if my page ever grows big enough to the point where I'm getting sponsorships, like I'm never gonna do something just because they're paying me for it. I'm gonna do it because like I already use it and I like their product.
Yes, yes, and that brings me to I've talked about it like twice now. My Valari gaming pillow. I ordered another one. I ordered another one
Yeah,
based off of like they did an exclusive a drop edition of like this person I follow. He's like one of the I don't know if he created it, but like I'm pretty sure like one of the head honchos. It's called the Iron Lords Podcast. They have
yeah.
a channel, a YouTube channel. They got like a podcast. They got like a website and everything. And the person I follow, his name is Cogs, like Lord Cognito, and they base their podcast, Iron Lords podcast, off of the Destiny DLC.
Oh, okay.
What was
I
it
like
called?
that.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
and he's a huge Destiny fan, but like he's on another podcast that I heavily follow. I've mentioned it before. Last Stand Media, they do Sacred Symbols and Defining
yep.
Duke, and then Knockback as well. But it also that's like a great deal. They do a great deal. Like for $1, you get like early access to like their podcasts. So like each week they do a Defining Duke Ultimate, which is like a 1 hour podcast. They do their main Defining Duke podcast, which is like 2.5 to like 3 4 hours maybe sometimes of like Xbox centralized news, and then they do Sacred Symbols and then Sacred Symbols Plus, which is the same format I just mentioned. And then they do Knockback, which is like retro content, movies, games, TV shows. They did one like on Lost, Terminator. They've done it on like Super Mario 64 and stuff like that. And like for like like usually they release most of their videos on for free like 3 days later. But like for $1, you can get it like 3 days early,
Yeah,
like on Patreon and stuff. I'm like, that's
right.
a great. They offer a
It's
great
kind of a
fucking
nice
deal.
deal. Yeah.
It's a nice and like they're like the guy who started it all, like Colin Moriarty. You were mentioning to me before about like how like people like intellectually speak. He is one of those people. He's a
Yeah.
smart guy. He knows what the fuck he's
Yeah.
talking about. He worked at
Like nice
IGN.
to listen.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
really nice to listen. I think you would love listening to him. He worked at
Yeah.
IGN as like the PlayStation lead person for like 9 years or something.
Yeah.
He's written strategy guides, like a fuck ton of them. Like he knows what the
Oh
fuck
yeah.
he's talking about. So I trust his like opinion on things.
That's cool. Yeah. I like listening to like eloquent speech. It's nice.
Definitely listen like
Yeah.
sacred symbols. Like look them up if you can. If you got the time. He's great. But like back to what I was saying. So like I bought like an Iron Lords podcast themed Valari gaming pillow. But for those who don't know, I bought that recently, and that's supposed to come like January. I funded their Kickstarter campaign back in November, and I'm supposed to be getting that pillow by the end of October slash very early November. So it's been 11 a year, 11 months pretty much.
Yeah.
And I keep telling my girlfriends like I want this on my fucking gaming pillow, dude. It looks like such a great idea. And
It is a good idea.
the
Yeah.
Iron Lords people, Cog, he was talking about it on his podcast. Like, you don't know you need it until you use it.
Until you have it, yeah.
Until you have it, I'm like, oh my god, I want that. Like, it's not just for like gaming too. If you're on your phone, if you're on a tablet, if you're on a computer,
it's like posture correction.
It's
like
posture
for like
correction.
all that stuff, because that's all everyone does now. Is
yes, I'm sitting on my bed, dude, because like I don't have space to put like a. If I had that now, I'd be using it for the podcast. Cause like I'm just like slouching back, like arms,
right?
like I'm moving constantly in my chair all the time, like different positions I'm
Yeah.
in. I'm still gonna do that, but like at least I'll have comfort with my like shoulders and my neck and stuff. I'm surprised it hasn't taken off. Like they funded their campaign like within like a day or something, but still, even then, it's not as big as I think it really should be. And I'm going to do a like an impressions video, I think, and like a full review of like I played this game with it. I played the DS with this. I played the Switch with this. I was on my phone with this. Here's how I think it does, and I want it so fucking bad. Bad with money, guys. I'm bad with money.
Expose yourself on the pod.
I'm bad with money. Like I'm looking at like all the games I have. I don't think I'll ever be able to play all of these in my little. I mean, that's not true. I could probably play all these in my lifetime, but a lot of fucking games in here, bro. Like I have like all 3 of the Mass Effect games I'm looking at right now.
Yep.
All that's 3 Xenoblade Chronicles games. Those are like 100 hours.
So many games. It's massive.
So many games. And now that we're older, the precious commodity that we valued was money, but now we value time. We value time so badly.
Yeah.
I wish I realized that.
Yeah.
But that was a very long, lengthy ending to the podcast. But closing thoughts, where can we find you?
Closing thoughts, scary games are fun. Scary movies are fun. Go watch one. Go play one. Yeah. You can find me on Instagram at Eddie Lee Lifts, spelled EDDIELEELIFTS. I post like a couple times a week fitness content, exercise tutorials, workouts, pictures of myself. If you want to look at my face, that's cool. Don't look for me anywhere else. You might find something you don't want to see. Yeah.
Will they find something they don't want to see?
Will they? Hey, I gotta keep them guessing. Maybe they will look for me somewhere else, and I'll like meet a fan in a grocery store and get murdered or something. I don't know.
Dude, that's when I'll know I have made it. When I met someone I don't know who's like, "Yeah, I recognize your voice. You're Pen and
then you get murdered. That's how you know you're famous. You get murdered by a fan.
Oh god, dude,
you're the pen? Yo!
You're the pen. I'm gonna kill you with this pen.
Dude, fuck yeah. Death by pen. Hell yeah.
Okay, well, you can find me. First of all, closing thoughts. Horror games. I haven't beat a lot of them. I want to, but I'm a wimp. I'm a scaredy cat. I'm a fraidy cat.
Weird boy.
I'll push myself to eventually finish one of these games that I mentioned that I haven't beat already.
Yes,
One
do it.
one of these times, one of these days, one of these years,
One of these
one of
years.
these
Yeah.
years. All right, well, let's get out of here. Have a great week, guys, and we'll be
Woo!
back for next week, which is closer to Halloween. Which ideally, maybe we could have done this next week, but we'll see how we're looking next week. I'm hoping to get what we're supposed to have for the multiplayer Black Ops 3 discussion. All four of us, Eddie, me, Ishan, and JT, to talk about Black Ops 3 zombies. Peak zombies, my opinion.
Oh, yep.
Goat. So, and all four of us played a lot of BO3 zombies. With with the other three, excluding me, I played like way more. Like they know what they're talking about with these games. They probably know how to do the Easter eggs still to some of those
We
maps.
played so much of that stuff, man.
It's
It's
so
crazy.
good. Like they did a great job.
So fun.
That's a discussion
Yeah.
for another time. Have
Yep.
a good day, week, year. We'll see you later.
Night. Bye.